drying out in downtown Minneapolis. We will have baseball. We'll have game 2 between the Kansas City Royals and Minnesota Twins. The Twins playing very good baseball at home. As a result of that, they start the night 6 games out of first in the division and just a game behind the Chicago White Sox. We will have baseball. It just will be a little bit later than we had planned. Dick Kramer, along with Hall of Famer Burt Blyleven.
Thanks a lot.
The Twins playing the Royals in game 2 of the series here tonight, and we got a little bit of a weather delay, but it looks like we're going to get started.
Yeah, right now they made an announcement that they hope that the game starts at 7:30, but you stay tuned because you never know. The pitchers are out in the bullpen, ready to. They're loosening up right now, and hopefully the game will start soon.
This season for the Twins turned around in early June, and that's about the time they started playing really good baseball at home.
Yeah, you know what? You go back to June 2nd against the Kansas City Royals here at Target Field, and Twins since that time they were 6-15 at that time here at home, and look what they've been able to accomplish in their home ballpark. Boy, sweet home cooking for the Minnesota Twins. 15-4, really nothing that stands out other than, yeah, they're hitting well as a ball club, 271. I think the 91 runs, Dick, I think what we've seen at home here and there, a lot of the runs have come early, and that's helped the starters.
Well, with all these injured players that have returned to the lineup for the Twins, including Delmon Young, it really will only matter if they come back to the lineup and produce right away, which is what Delmon Young did last night.
A great night for Delmon Young. Ron Gardenhire basically called out Delmon Young and said, Delmon, we need you the way you finished last year, 112 runs driven in. Now, he won't do that this year, but what a great start for Delmon Young, coming off the disabled list right after the All-Star break, a couple doubles, a base hit. This base hit right here up the middle, that kind of opened up the ball game when the Twins scored 4 more runs to take an 8-3 lead at the time.
Tarps off the field, they're treating the infield, and as the Hall of Famer Burt Blyleven said, the starting pitchers are out in the bullpen. So we expect a first pitch around the bottom of the hour. We'll keep you updated and keep it right here on Fox Sports North. Jeff Francoeur, Mike Moustakas, Matt Trainer, and Alcides Escobar.
And it will be Nick Blackburn on the mound for the Twins here tonight, making his second start against the Kansas City Royals and his 19th start overall. He worked against the Royals in Kansas City, pitched 5 innings, left the game with some back tightness in that ball game, and ended up getting a win against the Royals. He's had his ups and downs. Every starter's going to have that throughout the season. You know, he went through that period in early May to June, Dick, that he had 10 starts. He was 5-1 with an ERA at 2.35. Well, over his last 3 starts, he's 1-1 with a ERA over 12. So you want to get back to where he was in May and early June.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. And yeah, a different look with Trevor Plouffe in right, joined in the outfield by Delman Young and Ben Revere. Valencia, Nishioka, KCA AT MIN are the infielders. And Joe Mauer behind the plate.
Well, Blackburn making his 11th career start against the Kansas City Royals. Over his career, 2 wins and 3 losses with a 5.4 ERA. So he's had some games that have not gone his way. There's Plouffe out in right field.
Temperature is only 73 degrees, but the humidity is 90%. Now, what they say is going to happen here in the coming days, the humidity level is going to stay up there, but the temperature is going to catch and pass the humidity level. We're looking at oppressive heat here this weekend, so this might be the best weather conditions we have here in quite some time to play a ball game.
Another great crowd here at Target Field, ready for the first pitch of the ball game.
And Chris Getz in the leadoff spot for the Royals. Corner infielders are up. Getz very fleet of foot, good bunter, and he takes strike 1.
And a good start right there by Blackburn. Blackburn at 6'4", 225 does a good job of getting on top of that baseball.
And missing inside 1-1.
And I think when we saw him during that stretch of the 10 starts when he was 5-1, he's working both sides of the plate. Not just trying to get that sinker down and away, also working inside.
And now 2-1.
That changeup missing. Blackburn in his 5th season with the Twins, making his 111th career start.
That's the inside corner. Twins have won 5 straight now against the Royals, and the starting pitcher has gotten the decision in all 5 of those games. Blackburn hoping to extend that streak to 6 here tonight. Inside the full count.
Walks have not really been an issue for Blackburn. 31 walks, 3 intentional in 111 innings pitched.
Sharply on the ground, the ball coming up. Kadire stayed with the high hop and goes to the bag, 1 away. That's what we were talking about. Plouffe is an infielder by trade, but there's so much more activity you would hope as a first baseman with a sinker baller on the mound. I think that's why the alignment was made defensively.
I think what we're going to see is, Joe Mauer, the same thing. I mean, Mauer and Plouffe will probably, before batting practice, during batting practice, both of them taking ground balls at first base. There's so much more to do at first base. Kadire's been there, and he's done a great job at it.
Here's Cabrera, and there's a pitch a little low, ball 1.
Cabrera currently on a 10-game hitting streak where he's hitting over 400. 2 hits in last night's ball game for Cabrera.
2-0.
His first season with the Royals, came up with the Yankees, spent some time with the Braves.
And a strike on the outside corner, and that gets Cabrera's attention. Bounce foul, 2-2.
Not only a 10-game hitting streak during the season right now, also against the Twins, a current 9-game hitting streak against the Minnesota Twins. 20 hits in his last 43 at-bats.
And Blackburn gets a strikeout on a breaking ball. 2 down.
Well, Blackburn picking up his 59th strikeout in 112 innings pitched. nice little cutter right there. It's almost like a slider, but boy, that ball had some movement, like almost a quick slider. Inner half of the plate. Good pitch.
Well, here's Alex Gordon. And a pitch outside, ball one.
You know, the Royals are struggling. They'll probably end up losing over 90 ball games this year. They're letting a lot of the young kids play, and we'll see some of those later in the ball game against Blackburn. But Alex Gordon, they have to be very happy at what Alex Gordon has done so far this year. Almost made the All-Star team. Last year hit a miserable 1-2-15 for the Royals in 74 ball games. And you see the average now at 299. 11 home runs. He's driven in 50.
Blackburn falls behind 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk, putting Gordon aboard. And that'll bring up Billy Butler.
Butler 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. Not too many times he takes an 0 for against the Twins. Very good hitter. And against Blackburn, he's 7 for 27, a .259 hitter with a home run.
And Gordon goes on the first pitch. Mauer's throw right on the bag, but he's safe. Perfect throw by Mauer, but Gordon got a great jump and steals second base.
Yeah, Gordon last night got a great jump against Liriano and stole the base. Now the Royals like to run. Ned Yost got him running 94 stolen bases now for the Royals. That's the most in the American League. And even though there's a great throw by Joe Mauer, he swiped that bag off of the pitcher Blackburn. Look at Casilla trying to keep that foot in the way. Remember Bobby Grich with Baltimore sometimes dropped that knee where the runner couldn't get to the bag.
2-0 now to Butler. It's the walk that put Gordon aboard, then the stolen base that has created this threat now for the Royals. And we were talking about Blackburn trying to get ahead of hitters and having better success. He's walked Gordon, and now he's fallen behind the cleanup hitter. 2-0. Cracked foul, 2-1. Royals, by the way, the only team in baseball with 5 different players with 10 or more steals. You see they're leading the American League, but they've got the 4 guys on the roster now: Cabrera, Escobar, Francoeur, and Getz in double digits in steals. And they've also got Mike Aviles in the minor leagues who stole double digits before he was sent down. And Butler waits, taps it foul.
Yeah, that was a curveball right there, and Blackburn left it up a little bit, and Butler a little bit out front. "19 pitches for Blackburn, only 8 strikes so far."
Big pitch here for Blackburn. Liriano last night in the first inning had some problems. Twins didn't play well in the field, and they gave up a couple of first inning runs. Bounced left side, knocked down by Valencia, springs to his feet, throws him out. Very nice play by the Twins third baseman to end the inning. Board in the top of the first. Here's the Menards batting order for the Twins. Ben Revere leading off. Alexi Casilla batting second. Joe Mauer, Michael Kadire, Jim Thome, Danny Valencia. Then Delman Young, Trevor Plouffe, and Tsuyoshi Nishioka.
On the mound for the Royals will be Luke Hochevar, making his 20th start of the year. His third against the Twins, first here at Target Field this year. And he struggled on the road so far, 6 starts. He's 1-4. And the 1 win coming against the Twins on May 1st.
And as Blackburn has struggled of late, so has Luke Hochevar. He's been kind of an enigma for the Royals. He shows flashes of greatness, but not very consistently.
Well, he's coming off this season's shortest start for him 6 days ago in KC against the Tigers. He had a 9-2 lead going into the 4th inning, gave up 4 runs, didn't make it out of the 4th. That's the second straight start he's had a start like that.
Over his last 4 starts, 21 1/3 innings and a very high 19 earned runs allowed. Here's a chopper right side. Getz has to hurry, just barely getting Ben Revere. There is no time to spare with Revere flying down the line.
Well, I remember Getz in yesterday's ball game kind of played back on Alexi Casilla ball, and Casilla ended up getting an infield base hit. Right here, Getz has to come in and on the run flip it over to the first baseman in a very close bang bang play. But Revere called out.
So 1 down. And Alexi Casilla, the batter. Casilla with a couple of hits in the ball game last night. And he takes strike 1. One and one.
Well, Casilla, switch hitter as a left-handed hitter, hitting .266. Both home runs coming from the left side of the plate.
Very high, 3-1.
Hochevar making his 10th career start against the Twins, his 85th major league start. This is a guy that the Royals expect to see more out of, and they just have not found that consistency.
Popped up right side. Getz now back on the outfield grass. Out number 2. Northland Ford defense for the Kansas City Royals. Very good throwing outfield. Gordon, Cabrera, Francoeur all in double digits with outfield assists. Moustakas, Escobar, Getz, and Hosmer. Matt Trainer doing the catching. Royals outfielders have thrown out 18 runners at the plate. Casilla last night, the 18th attempted runner to score a run thrown out at the plate on the Royal outfielders. Here's Mauer with 2 gone and the Twins first. And a strike.
Mauer, very good success against Hochevar. 9 hits and 17 at bats. And over his career, very good numbers against the Royals.
And Hochevar misses up again, 1-1.
Talked a little bit about last night, the starting staff for the Royals. I mean, they need to improve on that. It just has been a frustrating year for Bob McClure and Ned Yost to watch these guys night after night just struggle. Got some young arms. They're giving some guys like Danny Duffy an opportunity to pitch at the major league level. Hochevar, former #1 pick, just has not panned out.
Two and 1. 3-1. The Royals, like the White Sox, have a 6-man rotation. Duffy sent down just so he could make his minor league start on his regular turn during the All-Star break. But their 6-man rotation constructed for a different reason. The White Sox have veterans who've all, for the most part, been pitching pretty well. Here's a drive to left field. This has got some carry. Gordon in the corner makes the catch on a deep fly to the left field warning track. 3 up, 3 down. The Twins are done on the first.
Scoreless after an inning here at Target Field. Twins and Royals. I'm Robbie Smikowski. Twins earlier today received some good news on the injury front with right fielder Jason Kubel, and that takes us to tonight's Sanford Health Injury Update. He's getting better with the lateral movement with the midfoot sprain. The better news is that he is off on an airplane tomorrow to Rochester, where he will DH on Sunday for the Rochester Red Wings. Rehab going well. We'll just see how he feels, according to head athletic trainer Rick McWayne, to determine a possible return date to the Minnesota Twins. Dick and Burton. Also, Denard Span passed his concussion test through Major League Baseball. He as well has been cleared for a rehab assignment and will play in the outfield on Sunday in Rochester. They will have to monitor his progress and just see how he feels. He will again need to be cleared by Major League Baseball before he returns to full speed action.
Here we are with Ben Revere and Trevor Plouffe in our outfield, and in Rochester they're going to have Denard Span and Jason Kubel in their outfield. Yoshioka over to Kadire, and another ground ball out. Hosmer's retired.
You know, Robbie mentioned Rick McWayne, the head trainer. I know that he was in the All-Star game, and congratulations to Rick McWayne. There he is. There's Prumer. There's Rick McWayne right there, sitting next to assistant trainer Dave Prumer. There's Rick. Said he had a great time. He really enjoyed it.
Did you see the quote from Miguel Cabrera? Cabrera, slight tweak in his oblique muscle during the game. He looks in the trainer's room. There's Rick McWayne of the Twins and another trainer from the White Sox says, I'm not going in there. I might not come out in one piece. 1-1 to Jeff Francoeur. And right on that outside corner. One and two. Just off the plate, 2-2.
That's a good pitch right there. Strike, strike two out there. So go a little bit further and see what that home plate umpire, and that being Sam Holbrook, if he'll give you that or not.
The ground ball rolled out to Nishioka. 2 down. Arby's and Fox Sports North giving you a chance to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers, Florida. Go to an Arby's, get a It's Good Mood Food code card every Friday. Then log on to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Fan Zone tab, and enter the code for the chance to win. You've got to be a member of the Fan Zone, and you've got to be 18 years of age or older.
So far, so good for Blackburn. 4 ground ball outs so far and a strikeout of the 5 outs he's recorded.
Blackburn with an off-speed pitch that bends over for a strike. That's something, too, I think the Twins would like to see more of from Blackburn, mixing in his pitches.
Oh, yeah.
Inside, 1-1.
But again, you can do that so much easier if you get strike one. And that's a good slow curveball. Now he misses inside. Now he can go back to another off-speed pitch rather than 2-0. It's 1-1. There's another off-speed pitch, another ground ball.
Blackburn covers 3 ground ball outs and a quick top of the 2nd inning.
draft, you see that Royals had the first pick, and they picked Luke Hochevar out of the University of Tennessee, and you see some pretty good names right there. Evan Longoria, third by first-round pick, but the third overall by the Tampa Bay Rays, and tonight Hochevar, Brandon Morrow, also Andrew Miller, and then Kershaw all pitching tonight. Ron Coomer, you look at a young kid like Hochevar, great stuff, but you know what? I always look at ERA. He's 24-40 in his career, Ron, but the high ERA at 5.5 ERA.
Yeah, high ERA, Bert. And then to me, it always seems like he's never really found a flow come, his season. He throws a lot of pitches. He doesn't have a set pattern. Is he a power pitcher? Is he a guy that's going to work down in the zone? So to me, some of those guys that were on that list have figured out what it's going to take for them to be good in the big leagues. This guy has done a bunch of different things, and just nothing has ever really panned out. But one thing about him, though, he has a great arm, and sometimes a guy with a great arm can figure it out and then all of a sudden take off. And you always hope a young guy like this does well. But the one thing about the Major League Baseball draft, you just never know.
Swing and a miss, 1 strike to Jim Thome.
You're right, Ron, and I think, Dick, you mentioned it earlier. He's had stints where they've seen that in him, but then he'll have that one inning where he'll give up 3 or 4 runs, and he'll pitch 4 or 5 shutout innings. All of a sudden, everything explodes.
Down and away, 1-1.
He's 27 years old. He's in his 5th season with the Royals. He's got a good fastball in the low 90s, little cutter, like a slider, curveball, and a changeup. He's got 4 pitches, but just a little inconsistent, especially with his fastball.
Gets over to Hosmer. Thome's retired, out number 2. And as the Royals look forward, they would like to believe they've got their first baseman of the future in place now. They really like Getz. They think he can play second base. Escobar, Moustakas. They've got a gaping hole behind the plate. But none of it's really going to matter unless they get some structure to the rotation. And this is the guy they're hoping can be a top of the rotation guy.
Yeah, Ron Coomer.
Well, you look at that pitch right there. That's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball down on the block. To me, if a guy can throw 94, if he's got any kind of wiggle, he should have a good chance of throwing some good ball games.
He's retired all 6 Twins so far, and we've got a scoreless game going to the 3rd. That's the Blue Mound State Park, southwestern Minnesota, near Laverne. The cliffs are made of Sioux red quartzite, rising 100 feet above the surrounding plains. 13 miles total of hiking trails. You might see a herd of buffalo. Watch where you step. And the prickly pear cactus bloom in June and July. Third inning now, and Nick Blackburn will face Matt Trainer, Alcides Escobar, and Chris Getz. 1-1 the count. Trainer and Brian Pena share the catching duties for the Royals. And there's a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, Trainer last year with the Texas Rangers actually went to spring training with the Texas Rangers and then purchased by the Royals in late spring. March 28th, coming over to Kansas City from the Royals, or from the Rangers, excuse me.
Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. As the Royals look toward the end of this month, and there might be some attractive players for other teams. I would guess a former catcher that he is, Ned Yost, would really appreciate having a true #1 catcher. And the foul ball not controlled by Mauer, still 1-2.
Yeah, ball had some good sink on it right there. Trainer just got a piece of it, and Joe Mauer had it in his glove for a second and it fell out.
One and two. Just off the plate, 2-2.
And that's one thing, you know, they're hoping that Jason Kendall would come back and at least lead this young staff. But take a look at this pitch. Pretty good pitch. Just missing.
2-2. And a chopper foul.
Yeah, Trainer, 35 years old. He's more of a journeyman type catcher, kind of a backup catcher. Brian Pena right now, the catcher that they have that they're hoping would kind of pan out for him. Trainer's caught for the Marlins, the Tigers, the Rangers, and now here in Kansas City.
And now a full count. The only base runner of the game for either team was Alex Gordon, who took a 2-out walk in the first inning. Got him. Second strikeout for Blackburn. He's gotten 7 outs on 2 strikeouts and 5 ground ball outs.
Sometimes you just rear back and let it go, and Blackburn picks up a strikeout.
Fans, don't forget there's a doubleheader on Monday that the Indians roll into town. The first game begins at 12:10, and it's a makeup for the April 22nd rainout, and the second half of the double dip will be at 7:10. The evening game will feature Schweigert's $1 a dog promotions, and to check on availability for tickets for either game on Monday, please visit twinsbaseball.com. My grandson is looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, he's helping me read it
while I mess up the promo read there. Probably thinks he can do it better.
That's Dylan, yes. He thinks he's Vin Scully.
Really?
Yes. There's a very good Vin Scully.
2 strikes to Escobar.
Come here, buddy. We'll give you a little airtime.
2 strikes to the Kansas City shortstop.
My grandson Dylan, my son Todd's son, and I'm your grandpa. Remember that. Respect me. That's right. And there's my little granddaughter right here. Beautiful little girl.
Another strikeout for Blackburn.
And strikeout number 3.
Great relief to show those beautiful children to our viewing audience, knowing now that neither one of them look anything like you.
Thank you very much.
2 down. Chris Getz, the batter, in a ground ball to Michael Kadire, his first time up. Ball 1. And now 2-0. Fly ball, right field, harmless enough.
Yeah, look, there's Trevor Plouffe.
Trevor
Very
Plouffe
nice.
with the catch. 3 up, 3 down. The Royals go quickly in the third. Plouffe and Nishioka trying to get aboard. Twins have not had a base runner yet against Hochevar. Young checks his swing, takes ball one.
Well, we mentioned it in the top of the show. Delmon Young having a very good night last night. Coming off the disabled list, 3 hits, a couple doubles. Ron Coomer, I think that was probably the biggest thing that the Twins liked about Delmon Young is the 2 doubles.
Yeah, for sure. He came right out of the gate swinging the bat really well. And, you know, we talk so much. He gets a ground ball back up the middle. We talk so much about hitters using the whole field and using the opposite way. And, you know, you see Joe Mauer with all the success Joe's had through his career. The one thing about Delmon that's different than just about any other hitter we have in our organization is he's a guy that really needs to work on hitting the ball out in front and getting his hands out in front of him and hitting the ball in front of home plate. When Delmon's pulling the ball, he's swinging the bat good. When he's hitting it the other way, he struggles and his hands get a little lazy and his body gets in front. Last night he was outstanding. This ballpark has changed him as a hitter and really helped him pull the baseball.
1 strike to Trevor Plouffe. Hit the big home run in yesterday's ball game. Awkward half swing there. 2 strikes.
I thought Ron Coomer did a great thing on the pregame talking about Trevor Plouffe, how he seems to be getting the barrel out of the bat out quicker. Is that what you saw, Ron?
It is. What you want to do is get it out in front, Bert. Same thing as we're talking about with Delmon. And, you know, hitters come to the big leagues and they question themselves whether they can play at this level, whether they can hit at this level. Trevor's been a guy that's been able to swing. I think he went down and figured out, you know what, I'm just going to swing the bat and let her rip. And things have started really working for him. You watch this swing here, guys, from last night. Look at how far out in front. The barrel of the bat is a good foot out in front of home plate. His head snaps down to the ball. That's a perfect swing. And I think pretty good result.
Yes, it was. 2-run home run put the Twins up 4-3.
But now, Coombs, sometimes hitters talk about letting the ball get in deep and you know, having their hands inside the ball and all that. That kind of flies in the face of what Plouffe did last night, right?
Well, not necessarily. What you're looking for is for the ball to get to you, Dick. If you really go out and try to get it with your body and your body lunges forward, that's the problem. What Trevor did is he stayed what he talked about, staying behind the ball or staying with your core in the middle. So now his hands go out to the baseball and they start out inside the baseball and then they go out to the ball. And then what you really want to do is get the barrel out there. And really, when the barrel's out in front of you, that's when you're going to really drive the baseball.
Yeah, Ron, we do have some hitters like Ben Revere and Denard Span when he's healthy, and also Joe Mauer that we seem to see them let the ball get a little bit deeper into the strike zone. But guys like what you're saying, Delmon Young and Trevor Plouffe, who can create some power, need to get the barrel out quicker.
You want to get the barrel out in front of you and make your contact in front. Jim Thome, Justin, you know, those guys are trying to catch the baseball out in front of home plate and not let the ball get too deep. Right. You know, that's the big difference. Nishioka here is a guy who's going to really let the ball get deep and hit it the other way.
Right. Yeah. Good. Very good. Because a lot of his hits we've seen slapped the other way, and you can only do that by letting that ball get near home plate. Right.
Right. Absolutely. Guys like this gave me headaches at third base.
2-1 to the Twin shortstop.
Like that.
I think he pulled that one out of the catcher's glove. That was a little too deep.
Well, we saw Ichiro does that so well.
Denard Span
right.
does the same thing.
When Nishioka's right hitting the ball the other way, he'll hit it just inside his front knee is about the depth that it'll go. And that's what a guy's looking for.
Hochevar goes upstairs to get a couple of strikeouts in the 3rd inning. why the umps don't seem to care anymore about pitchers who rub their sweaty hair or put saliva on the ball.
Well, I remember a couple years ago the pitchers had to get off the mound before they could, put their fingers in their mouth for some saliva. Now, as long as you wipe off, umpires, they watch that very closely. And if you go to your mouth or the back of your head or somewhere where you might be able to get some perspiration or saliva, you have to rub it off. And that just helps speed up the ball game. Remember, guys were walking around the mound. They had to get off the dirt to try to wet their fingers a little bit. Just speed up the game. Some of those games. Remember Kevin Slowey, how long he took.
1-1 to Cabrera. Sharp ground ball. Hit right to KCA. 1 away. You can get involved in the game. Let us know who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234-234. Now, umpires are supposed to enforce that. And I believe it was Justin Verlander before the All-Star break in his last start got called for a ball because he did not wipe off. He went to his mouth on the mound, which is okay, as you said, as long as you wipe off.
Right.
But he didn't do that, and the penalty for that is a ball.
Yeah, he went directly to that baseball.
And heaven forbid we don't want any foreign substances on the baseball.
Heavens, no. Where's Gaylord Perry when we need him?
2-0 now to Alex Gordon. Drew a walk, stole a base, was left at second base. The only base runner of the game so far. Speaking of Verlander, he was taken out after 6 innings. The White Sox have a 6-2 lead over Detroit. Cleveland's got a 6-5 lead over Baltimore.
Good changeup right there by Blackburn. 2-0 pitch. I'm sure Gordon looking fastball, and good pitch down in the strike zone at 85.
And a base hit through the hole on the left side. A hit on the ground sharply into left field. Gordon's aboard with a base hit. First hit of the ball game. Our AT&T trivia question here on this Friday night. Turned into a beautiful Friday night. Who are the 2 Royals players to hit for the cycle twice? It's a rarity to do it once. At one point, there were fewer cycles hit than the no-hitters thrown. I would imagine that's still the case. But 2 Royals players did it twice. So we'll just name off some of the best hitters in Royals history.
How about a Danny Tartable?
Fouled at the plate. Well, I'll go George Brett. You go Danny Tartable.
I'll go Willie Wilson.
I'll go Amos Otis. Freddie Patek, I think, did it against the Twins, so I'll put him on there.
Yeah.
Buddy Biancalana.
Let's go Steve Balboni, though.
Okay. So somewhere
John Mayberry.
John Mayberry. Here's Butler. Made a bid for a base hit. Valencia denied him to finish the first inning. Down and away, 1-1.
How about Frank White? Sitting right over to our left.
Known for his defensive prowess, but he hung around.
He put up some very good, almost, to me, Hall of Fame numbers.
Gordon stole second against Blackburn in the first inning. Frank White doing some TV work for the Royals. And, doing more work with the untimely passing of Paul Splittorff, our good friend who passed away in May. Fouled away, 1-2.
Well, this is definitely a guy Nick Blackburn would like to get a ground ball from. All the outs have been recorded on the ground other than the fly ball out off the bat of Getz, along with the 3 strikeouts for Blackburn.
Well, we mentioned it last night. Butler last year led the major leagues by grounding into 32 double plays, and that was a club record for the Royals. So this would be a good spot for another one of those. He's only hit into 9 so far this year.
Blackburn's had 10 double plays turned behind him.
Fly ball down the right field line, and Plouffe chasing it and watching it drift back into the seats. Blackburn trying to pitch around the first Royal hit, a 1-out single here in the fourth.
He got it. Yep.
He was trying to stretch out his lead as Blackburn turned and threw, picked him off.
Well, Blackburn with the second pickoff of the year. Look at Gordon right there. He's going to go. And then a quick, good throw. Good, quick tag by Kadire. And the second out of the inning.
One and two to Billy Butler. 2-2. Royals got off to a really hot start, particularly at home, and dropped off the table here over the last month and a half. Poked foul. You mentioned the likelihood that they will finish with 90 or more losses. It's just been more of the same for the Royals. They've had one winning season in their last 18 years. They are in the American League what the Pirates have been in the National League. 2-2. Full count with Hosmer on deck.
That's why when you're an opposing ball club, especially like the Twins, they've had good success against the Royals, but you've got to keep burying them. 60 pitches for Blackburn, not the strike to ball ratio we usually see. Blackie is usually a lot better, maybe 2-to-1 type ratio.
That's hit well to left field. Delman Young going back off the wall on one hop. Butler digging for second. Young's throw to the bag, and KCA couldn't field the first hop. So the pickoff of Gordon looms large here because Butler cracked a double against the fence in left center.
Yeah, it looked like a breaking ball that stayed up, and he hit it over to Delman Young's head, but Delman did the right thing, and he waited for that carom and then made a good strong throw. Little tough pickup for KCA. See the ball left up, and Butler good swing. Now he's not the quickest to feet, so Delman Young playing the carom, bare hands it, gets it back in, and then a little short hop right there. Tough to catch for KCA. Would have been a bang out if he could have made the tag.
Let's see if Blackburn can get the ball back on the ground here. Hosmer hit it to Nishioka his first time up. Inside, ball one. Fouled back, 1-1. And Gordon got picked off by Blackburn for the second out of the inning. Missing inside, 2-1. This is kind of more or less what we saw from Liriano last night in terms of strike percentage. A little more than half the pitches thrown for strikes.
Hey, Liriano able to go 7 innings, only 1 earned run allowed. But we see that from Liriano all the time, the 50-50 type strike to ball ratio. Blackburn, you're usually, every 3 pitches, a couple will be strikes. Liriano winning last night, winning his 6th game of the year.
Blackburn trying to get the Twins off the field here in a scoreless game. Hosmer takes inside. It's a full count. Frank Hooer on deck. Full count. And Hosmer bounces it to first.
Good changeup right there.
Kadire to Blackburn, and the threat's over. A scoreless fourth. No score here at Target Field after 3.5. Casino. The best stories start here. And by AT&T.
Fans, go to foxsportsnorth.com and click on the Circle Me Bert to submit an email on why your sign should be circled. Just like that right there. Very nice. And if you get a chance, trying to clear it. There we go. Get circled an upcoming home game. You have a chance to visit us up in the booth like Frank and Yvonne are right here. Celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary. We'll reveal 2 of the sections the morning before each game. One will be listed on foxsportsnorth.com and the other one on KFAN.com.
Ben Revere with 1 strike facing Luke Hochevar, who had a perfect first trip through the batting order. This one dribbled foul. 2 strikes. Well, that last shot we got, part of the Gilbert, Minnesota contingent. You said 22 people from Gilbert, Minnesota down here for the ball game tonight, so they're quite happy to see the skies clear.
Yes, and congratulations to you 2 lovebirds. 60 years together. That's awesome. Congratulations.
2 strikes to Revere. He'll be followed by Casilla and Mauer. And Revere takes down and away 1 and 2. Hochevar with a couple of strikeouts to close out the 3rd inning. 9 up and 9 down, but the Royals again have seen this. His problem has been carrying it through the middle innings after an impressive start like the one tonight. And Revere turns on a pitch left up and fouls it back.
Sometimes he has just focus and concentration. And I know talking to Bob McClure, that's what he's trying to keep him focused throughout the ball game. He's one of those pitchers that can look like what he did in the first 3 innings, and all of a sudden the game gets away from him. He starts leaving some pitches up. Things may happen behind him, and all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 runs on the board.
And Revere pokes it foul, similar, I guess, to some guys or girls can go out and play 9 holes of golf, but the problem is that the second 9 and trying to extend what you've done in the first 9 over the course of an 18-hole round.
Yeah, but there comes a point where you say, okay, you know what, we need to see improvement. Again, 24 and 40 in his career, making his 85th major league start. That's a lot of starts.
Hit on the ground. Escobar backhands, fires. This time he's safe. First hit of the game. And Revere gets it. He nearly got an infield hit in the first, and he gets one here in the 4th.
Well, I tell you what, you cannot teach speed, and that's what Ben Revere has right there. I mean, the ball hit the other way. Escobar, he can't play this ball any better than he did right there. Got rid of it quick with something on it, but Ben Revere just beat it out. Look at him go down that line. Head down, right through the bag. That's Ron Coomer speed right there, baby.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm going to be working with Ron tomorrow. You're taking tomorrow off.
Oh, yes, it's a big day for me. I'm going to spend it with my family during the ball game and watch the game.
Here's Casilla. Down and in, ball 1.
It's supposed to be a beautiful day. Number 28 being retired. I'm looking forward to that. Quite an honor.
Now, I wanted to ask you about that because a half inning or so ago, your wife, your children, grandchildren were all here wearing number 28. Now, if they retire your number, that means they've got to put those clothes away, right?
Yeah, we're going to burn them right after tomorrow's game.
Right. I mean, no one can wear the number 28 after tomorrow. That's how I understand it.
So in the fantasy camp, I can't wear 28.
No. It's done. 2-0 to Casilla.
Well, it's a very nice honor. I'm looking forward to it. And Ben Revere dives back into first. 11 stolen bases in 16 attempts. And Hochevar, he's at 6'5". He's going to try to utilize that slide step a little bit toward home plate. If Ben Revere takes off, give Trainer a chance to throw him out.
Can you be so distracted by a runner like Revere at first that it can affect the pitches you throw to home plate?
Yes, you can. And that's where, I mean, a young guy like Hochevar, again, too many starts. He shouldn't let that affect him at all. His goal right here is to make a good pitch to Casilla.
And a pitch fouled away, 2-1.
Steve Little, a third base coach, going through some signs. Jerry White over at first, helping out Ben Revere read those signs.
2-1 to KCA. Better pickoff throw, and it made it a closer play.
It's always nice to have a left-handed first baseman right there. All Hosmer had to do is just apply the tag.
Breaking ball around the plate, 3-1.
Now a situation for Gardy, maybe in a 0-0 ball game. Maybe start the runner right here. You think it's going to be a fastball. KCA has he's hit very well here at Target Field this year, hitting over 300.
Revere goes. It's a strike, and the throw not nearly in time nor on target. Getz tried to decoy Revere into thinking the ball had gone into center field.
Well, we saw Getz steal a base. Excuse me. Gordon steal a base, and right there, that high leg kick right there, Ben Revere got a great jump, steals his 12th base of the year.
You see Revere and that head first slide, and so many times he slides over the bag, completely off it at times. Came close there. 3-2, and KCA advances the runner to third. So KCA puts it in play on the ground, and Revere, who reached with his speed, stole second with his speed, goes to third on a nifty ground ball from KCA. You can follow the Twins with MLB.com at Bat11 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get the scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more by texting @BAT to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details.
Sometimes you look at the box score and you see maybe an 0 for 3, 0 for 4, but that was a great out right there by KCA, advancing the runner, doing his job, and now making Joe Mauer. All he has to do is maybe a sacrifice fly, base hit, would score Revere from third.
Infield is in. Mauer takes another pitch up high. Hochevar at times has thrown that high fastball across the letters.
Go back to Alexi KCA. When he does something like that, I, as a former pitcher, if I wasn't pitching, I have to go up and give him high five, because that's what you have to do. That. I mean, he did a great job of getting that runner over to third.
Fastball away, 2-0. And now they'll go ahead and walk Mauer to put runners at first and third. Oh, Trainer has to get into the infield grass to catch ball 3. Did you ever uncork one? In intentionally walking somebody? Did you ever send one to the backstop?
No, I'm very, very lucky. I did not. Always wanted to do one in Yankee Stadium. That was the worst, because there was like 80 feet between home plate and the backstop. That would go from first to third in a heartbeat.
Well, here's Cuddyer. A fly ball to right his first time up. Twins in a good spot here. Wouldn't take much of a fly ball at all to score Revere from third base. Cuddyer has loftier hopes here. First and third, only one out. Right down the middle of strike.
Cuddyer has hit into a team high 11 double plays, tied with Danny Valencia. So maybe Ned Yost looking at that. Let's walk Joe Mauer. Hopefully he'll hit into a double play.
1-1. Right off the end of the bat, a foul, 1-2.
Hey, Ron Coomer, I know you're down there. A lot of times in this situation, when you were, say, on deck like Michael Cuddyer was, and then they walk the guy intentionally, does that give you a little extra drive?
I wouldn't say a little, I'd say a lot.
Okay.
I hit behind Sammy Sosa the year I played in Chicago. I saw that a lot, and it ended up helping my game because I was a little fired up.
Ouch.
Man, that really got into Cuddyer's kitchen, as you say.
That got into the refrigerator.
2 down. Tomey coming to the plate. 47 career home runs against the Royals. That's a window concept, window of opportunity. The most in Royal history by an opponent. Morstone is the all-time opponent home run hitter against the Twins, and also since 1950 against the Tigers. So we'll see if he can deliver here. Royals have the shift on with the shortstop Escobar almost directly behind second base.
Hochevar has allowed 16 home runs this year. This is his 20th start.
And that's off the catcher, and Revere will score. Trainer had to kick off his shin guard toward the Twins dugout.
Well, the third wild pitch of the year for Hochevar puts the Twins up 1-0. You can see just trying to go down and in, and Trainer could not block that ball, and they carry him toward the Twins dugout, and Ben Revere scores. Mauer moves over to second.
Down and in, 2-0. Now first base is open, of course, and a right-handed hitter, Valencia, on deck. Lefties have had far greater success against Hochevar than righties. There's a little number headed back towards the mound. And Hosmer with some nice footwork to end the inning. An infield hit, stolen base, a wild pitch, and all added up to the first run of the game. Skies are clearing. We got a beautiful night at Target Field. We're very happy you're with us for game 2 of this 4-game series at Target Field. Jeff Francoeur leading off the 5th for Kansas City. We got started about a half hour late because of the rain that stopped about 7 o'clock. But then, of course, by the time they got the tarp off the field, prepped the infield, it was about the bottom of the hour that we got the game started. 2-0 to Francoeur.
Yeah, Dick, I just want to go back to the Twins scoring right there. Alexi Casillas at bat moved Ben Revere over, walking, Joe Mauer, Michael Kadire gets jammed right there, and a wild pitch. I mean, if he doesn't get him over right there, the Twins don't score.
Twins got a run. The ball never left the infield, and Casilla pulling the ball on the very pitch after Revere stole second base. 2-1. Pulled foul wide of third. Francoeur, Moustakas, and Trainer. And another one fouled along the third baseline. Francoeur's name's been mentioned as a possible trade candidate. He says he wants to stay in Kansas City. He wants to be with the Royals when they win. He anticipates that happening sometime soon. 3-2.
I've had a chance to talk to him. He's one of these guys that has a great personality, comes to the ballpark and plays hard day in and day out. And he's a guy that I would think in Kansas City they will want to keep him there, just because of his attitude and what he brings to the ballpark and the offense and the defense.
And it's ball 4. And Francoeur flipped the bat behind him and almost hit Mauer and Sam Holbrook. Robbie Itzmakowski with a special guest.
I do have a special guest. It's Peter King from Sports Illustrated. Any NFL or Vikings fans would recognize Peter King and familiar with his work. You're on your vacation here, Peter, and you decide to come to Target Field to check out this ballpark. How's the experience so far?
It's fabulous. I've seen every major league ballpark with the exception of this one. And so my wife was very considerate. She said, I'm going to take you to Target Field for your birthday at the end of your vacation. So we've had a fabulous time. This is a great, great place.
And your tickets came from?
Paul Allen.
There you
go. Paul Allen is God. Does he know that?
Well, he does now if he's watching this ball game. So there you go, Dick and Bert. Paul Allen does it all, NFL guy, and now taking care of Peter King here at the ballpark. Peter, thanks. Enjoy the night.
Thanks. And by the way, Bert Blyleven, you deserve it.
Well, here, thank you very much, Peter. But Paul Allen's been called a lot of things. I don't know if ever got.
1 strike to Moustakas. And now Blackburn have to pitch around the leadoff walk to Francoeur here in the 5th.
Celebrating his birthday. Hear that, Dick? His birthday. $267 more days until my birthday.
And that's another foul into the seats. 2 strikes. Blackburn has picked up a couple of strikeouts along the way. In fact, he got them consecutively, a total of 3, but he got the 8 and 9 batters, Trainer and Escobar, in the 3rd.
We talked a little bit about Moustakas last night. 22 years old, the Royals' #1 pick out of Chatsworth High School in California, in the LA area. In his rookie season, just got called up on June 10th.
See if they can get 2. Nice pickup. Out at second. Out at first.
Wow.
Very nice double play. KCA to Nishioka to Kadair.
What a great play right there. Great turn by KCA. Had something on it over to Nishioka. Nishioka, hanging around that bag because he needed to wait a little bit, but able to get out of the way. Steps out toward the outfield with a good strong throw over to Kadair. Good turn of a double play. Good hard throw right there. Watch Nishioka right here. Step out. And then made the throw over to Kadair.
Down and away to Trainer.
One thing, they really worked on Nishioka is get out of the way of second base. Remember, Nick Swisher, just a good slide, but ended up breaking his leg.
1-1.
I think what we've seen, Dick, from Blackburn, he is working both sides of the plate. We've seen him go hard into both all the left-handers right there to a Trainer going hard in. It kind of opens up the outer half. There goes Mauer, outer half, just missing.
3-1. So the inning started with a walk to the leadoff man. Blackburn got the double play ball, and now Trainer up there with a 3-1 count. That's to left. Delman Young coming in, and he trapped it. It's a base hit for Trainer as a soft liner landed right in front of the left fielder. A 2-out single.
Yeah, right off the end of the bat, the ball kind of had a little bit of a dying quail on it. And right there, Delmon Young comes in and keeps that ball in front of him. It fell right into his glove, but it definitely hit the turf before Delmon Young got it in his glove. So Trainer gets the 3rd hit for the Royals against Nick Blackburn.
And 4 of the last 6 batters have reached against Blackburn, but the Royals have yet to score. Here's Escobar, who went down swinging his first time up. First pitch strike. Fly ball right field. Plouffe gets another easy chance. Inning over. Blackburn with 5 shutout innings and a 1-0 lead.
Lottery winner circle, Bert. I've got Lorena here. 88th birthday. She's got her family. She's got her friends here. They made special buttons. She gave me one with the Target Field logo, probably too small to see. But Lorraine, you have now been circled by Bert on your birthday. What does that mean to you?
Oh, that's wonderful. I watch it all the time, and I was hoping that would happen. I was praying that would happen.
Nice.
And I've been practicing, take me out to the ball game, take me out to the park.
There you go. Very nice. You get a $100 gift card compliments of the Minnesota State Lottery. We want to hear you sing that in the 7th inning, okay, Lorraine?
All right.
Congratulations. Yeah, right here. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. Bless you.
Bless us all, Bert. How about that?
Yes, happy birthday, young lady. Nice job, Robbie.
Swinging strike and a strike taken by Valencia. 0-2. Valencia, Young, and Plouffe facing Luke Hochevar. Twins in their second of 5 straight 4-game series. Twins took 3 out of 4 in Chicago against the White Sox. This one, what was a 3-game series, turned into a 4-game series with the postponement earlier against the Cleveland Indians, and then a 4-game series here with Detroit, and then 4 games in Texas.
Right. And it's off to Oakland and then out to California, Anaheim for the first time.
1-2 to Valencia. Moustakas gets the second hop. Over to Hosmer, 1 away. Coming up on Fox Saturday Baseball, the White Sox and Detroit. The big showdown between AL Central rivals. This week's telecast of Fox Saturday Baseball begins at 3 o'clock Central on Fox. And the White Sox, having to face Justin Verlander in the opener, have taken an 8-2 lead in the 8th inning. Ground ball left side. Escobar sets and fires. Young retired on the first pitch, 2 down. Plouffe went down swinging his first time up. Twins have not hit anything hard. The best struck ball of the night came off the bat of Mauer in the first inning. He had a warning track line drive to the left field corner. 2 strikes.
Holshaver gave up a run last inning on a wild pitch, but you know, you're a young kid like this, you're going to lose this ball game, lose it 1-0. That's your mental frame of mind out there. He's doing everything he can so far to keep it at a 1-0 ball game.
Twins have already played 7 1-0 ball games this year. A remarkable number. Two strikes. Breaking ball got him. Plouffe knew it. And Holshaver has pitched very well here tonight, yet he's behind 1-0.
We close out the series. First pitch right around 89 degrees, winds out of the south.
Well, as they've done all night or all season long here, they're counting down the home dates till your Hall of Fame induction.
Looking forward to that. Thank you. Both pitchers pitching outstanding. Holshaver, both of them Blackburn, 5 innings each. Ron Coomer, you know, Nick Blackburn here, he's changed speeds well. I think he's done a good job of working both sides of the plate.
Both sides of the plate, and you know, I look always at it from the hitter's perspective. He's had great tilt on his fastball and his breaking pitch, Bert. You know, you always talk about getting to that, you know, the balance point right there. He's done a very good job of holding that. And then also the thing that I really like, when you're a sinker baller, when you're throwing 87 to 90, that's probably your maximum movement on your pitch. When he gets up there around 92, 93, his pitch is kind of straighten out. To me, Blackie has done a pretty good job with his tilt and with his velocity.
Leadoff single for Chris Getz, so Blackburn will have to go back to the stretch. Now, he's pitched well with 5 shutout innings, but Liriano in last night's game had a quick 6th, and that allowed him to pitch into and through the 7th inning. So we'll see what happens here in the 6th, and then how many pitches Blackburn has to throw to get through the 6th.
Yeah, there haven't really been too many innings under duress. A double play last inning really helped when he led off the inning with walking Frank Coeur. And right now here, Chris Getz, good speed at first base. See how he does here. Maybe getting a ground ball off the bat of Cabrera.
And that's bunted foul. And we'll bring it up in the context of Monday's doubleheader here. It's a split doubleheader. The last forecast I saw said that the high temperature on Monday will be 99 degrees. It's going to be Texas type of heat or Kansas City type of heat.
Right.
And so every inning that the Twin starters can go will save the bullpen for what is very likely going to be a very long day, where you might ordinarily hope for your starter to go 7. Perhaps on Monday, because of the weather conditions, 5 or 6 might be all you can reasonably expect given the weather conditions, and then you've got 2 games that day. 1 strike to Melky Cabrera.
Keeping a close eye on Getz, who leads the Royals in stolen bases. You know, for a while Ned Yost was trying to have Alex Gordon in that leadoff spot, but he doesn't have the speed that Getz has. Cabrera tried to bunt his first time and now swings away.
Liner. Delman Young with a running catch for the first out. Let's go back to our trivia question. George Brett, the Hall of Famer, more than 3,000 hits, every last one of them.
I'm going to say Frank White's one of them.
Kansas City uniform. Freddie Patek, I'll put it on the list.
Well, we named about a dozen.
And George Brett and Frank White.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well, I have no idea how much help Coombs going to be on the trivia, but we got both answers right, so we got to carry over for tomorrow.
Look at Coombs' look.
I know. I think a little a glare.
Yes.
From, however,
I can feel it all the way from here.
Gordon takes outside a ball. Gordon's reached both times. He drew a first inning walk and stole second. Then he got a single in the 4th, but was picked off trying to steal. Back to the mound. They will get 2. Nishioka slings it over to Kadair. And on the plate, Getz goes to second.
A good play by Nishioka, the only play he had.
Get up early tomorrow morning and watch Fox Sports North Outdoors at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Brought to you by Menards. Well, you're not working tomorrow night. You've got nothing better to do. You may as well wake up and watch somebody else go fishing tomorrow at 6.
Well, that's exciting.
8 o'clock on Sunday mornings. It's presented by Menards and only on Fox Sports North.
I'd rather go fishing myself.
Here's Butler. Nearly got a hit in the first inning. Valencia denied him of that, and then he did double over the head of Young in the 4th. That's hit hard to center. Revere going back. He's there to end the inning. Leadoff single. Gets left at second, and Blackburn has a fairly quick 6th inning.
Gordon right here in the 4th inning. Good move by Nick Blackburn. Quick tag by Kadire. Right there, you see that he's called out. Angel Campos, the first base umpire, calling him out.
Tsuyoshi Nishioka leading off, the 6th for the Twins, and he takes ball 1. Nishioka went down swinging his first time up in the 3rd. And the Twins going into the break having won 4 straight series and coming out of the break with the 4-game series. And just imagine for a moment what it would mean for the Twins' placement in the standings if they continue to win series, and these being 4-game series, so they would win at least 3 here in this Kansas City series. And then if they continued on against the Indians, they would pick up 2 games on Cleveland in that series if they won 3. They would pick 2 games up on Detroit if they won 3 of the 4 games. And you can imagine a world where at the end of this homestand, the Twins are tied for first place or within very close range of first place.
Yeah, one thing Ron Gardenhire has said, you see the upcoming schedule right there. There we are on the 15th against the Indians and the Tigers, and then it's off on the road to Texas, Oakland, and Anaheim. But you know what Gardy said, let's get back to 500 and then we'll see where we're at. That's the main thing. They have fought back to now 6 games under 500, and a win here tonight, and we are moving closer. Remember, they were 16.5 games out. 20 games under 500 at one point this year.
Nishioka chips one to left. Gordon with the catch, 1 away. And it almost sounds like a cliche. You know, we've said it countless times. Twins want to continue to win series, but in its simplicity, it would necessarily mean, given who the opponents are, that the Twins, if they can keep doing that, are going to be right on the cusp of first place.
Hey, they're in their division. Twins are 17-11 in the Central Division. Again, 72 of the 162 ball games are played within your division.
1 gone in the 6th. Here's Ben Revere, an infield hit that eventually led to the only run of the game so far. And Hochevar misses high. Ball 1. Revere back on his game, putting the ball on the ground twice. He nearly beat out the ground ball to the right side. Did beat it out to the left side. Then he stole second. KCA rolled the ball to Getz in his at bat, got him to third, and then a wild pitch brought him in. Big swing and a miss, 2-1.
Yeah, good fastball there by Hochevar at 92. He's given up only that 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, a walk and intentional walk to Joe Mauer in the 4th inning.
Inside now, 3-1. That's to the right field corner. Revere might run for a while. All the way to the wall. Francoeur retrieves it. Revere does a somersault and still gets to third base.
Wow.
I have never seen that before in my life.
Call time and take a deep breath.
How in the world did he do that?
He almost ran out of his shoes. Unbelievable.
Halfway between second and third, he did a complete somersault.
You know, once Jeff Francoeur unable to get to this ball, it's off to the races for Ben Revere. That ball got by him right there. They're going to show right here Ben Revere hustling down that line and knows right there, I can go to third, but watch this. He trips right here and then somersaults and then dives into the bag. Unbelievable. Wow. Try that at home.
Well, that was something to see. Infield in now for KCA. Outside, ball 1.
I hope that's not the instructional.
Given our cast of characters tonight, that would be worth seeing too. Oh my goodness. 1-0 to KCA. And a nice block there by Trainer. 2-0.
I have to bring my my grandson Dylan out there, see if he can do that. Wow.
Given the way the season's gone with all the injuries, you know, that he was able to get up from his somersault, his tumble, was encouraging to see. I'm not sure he missed a step. 2-0. And that's a dribbler to the right side, and KCA, who got the job done in the 4th inning, in advancing to Revere to 3rd, can't bring him in here. 2 away.
Yeah, Twins need a big hit right here. Let's see what they do with Joe Mauer. They intentionally walked him in the 4th inning to get to Michael Kadire. Well, Ben Revere, watch him right here. It's kind of a, you know, Revere, you can't go on that play right there. Hosmer had that. Hosmer got through that ball quickly. And Revere did the right thing, staying at 3rd.
Ed Yost to the mound, I think, just to talk to Hoshaver. You'd have to, with a quick trip to the mound, you'd have to be very sure of who you're going to bring into the ballgame the way Hoshaver's been pitching here. He's been outstanding today.
Well, I don't think that was a trip. That was a trip to say, you know, how do you feel? Do you want to pitch at Joe Mauer, or do you want to walk him? And we'll see what they're going to do right here. They're going to go ahead and intentionally walk Joe Mauer and face Michael Kadire.
Now remember, Hoshaver made the Trainer work for that intentional walk in the 4th inning, so Revere doesn't have the freedom of taking a lead because Moustakas is holding him at 3rd. Just imagining tomorrow as Revere takes the field, somebody might get the chalk outline out and put it out in the base path between 2nd and 3rd. The most important thing, of course, is getting him in from 3rd. And it'll be Kadire's job to do that. The first run scoring on a wild pitch. That during Tomey's at bat.
Well, Kadire unsuccessful in the 4th inning to drive in a run. You know, that little extra right there. Ron Coomer said, you know, when they walked me intentionally or walked Sammy Sosa intentionally, that put a little added fire in me. See if Kadire can produce here.
Fly ball to right and a weak pop up to first so far for Kadire. Pitches up high, ball 1. Foul back. 1-1.
A little change up right there. Kadire a little out front. Now this will be the 90th pitch for Hoshaver, but remember 8 of the 90 were on 2 intentional walks. Still don't understand why they call those, you know, on the board as far as pitches. I know they're pitches toward home plate.
And now fouled over the Twins dugout out of play. 1-2.
Good slider right there. Good spot down and away.
A Royals fan, to be sure. One and 2 to Kadire. Got him. So Hoshaver gives up a 1-out triple, strands Revere at 3rd. It's still 1-0. 1-0 game.
Yeah, that one run coming for the Twins in the 4th inning. Ben Revere hustled, hit an infield base hit. Then he stole second base. Alexi Casilla does a great job on a 3-2 pitch, getting Ben Revere over the third base. Mauer intentionally walked. And then the wild pitch right there to Jim Thome. That scores Ben Revere from third, the only run of the ballgame so far.
And so it stays 1-0 as we begin the 7th. Eric Hosmer facing Nick Blackburn, who starts this inning with 92 pitches thrown. Hosmer, Francoeur, and Moustakas. High fly to center. Revere keeping on his feet. No gymnastics. Makes the catch. You ever seen that?
No.
Somersault thing?
I mean, I've seen guys fall and trip, and they basically stayed there. But how quick he got up and made it to third.
Their Century Link high-speed pitch.
Yeah, Hoshaver 95. That might have been the pitch to Kadire right there that struck him out. And Blackburn is 93. Hoshaver 4 strikeouts, a couple walks, both intentional. Blackburn 2 walks, 3 strikeouts.
Both starters came into this game struggling, and both have pitched very, very well.
Yes, they have.
Orioles lost their 9th straight. Cleveland beat the Orioles 6-5 at Camden Yards. 1-1.
That's the ups and downs of a baseball season, Dick, especially as a pitcher. When you only get maybe 30 starts, you have to realize there's going to be 4 or 5 times that you're just not going to pitch very well. But boy, you want to get out of that as quick as possible. And the last 3 starts for Blackburn have not been Blackburn type when he was pitching so well for May and almost all of June.
And I think, though, you would agree with this. In Blackburn's case, he has a history of any other Twin starter, the more prolonged stretches of both good and bad pitching. Nishioka throws across. In other words, we've seen him in May and this year into and almost through June being outstanding, and then very often has long stretches where he has a difficult time getting people out.
Not here tonight. Outstanding so far.
The series against the Royals concludes on Sunday. A great giveaway and a very fun pregame event. Old Dutch presenting Team Bat Day to the first 5,000 fans 14 and under. And it will be the 11th annual Twins mascot game prior to the 110 game. And if you have tickets, come early. And if you don't, call 833-TWINS. And I'm sad to report, however, I found out today that Larry the Liver will not be making an appearance this year in the mascot game. A 3-up, 3-down 7th, and Blackburn completes 7 innings with less than 100 pitches thrown. It's the 7th inning stretch now, brought to you by Medica. Crispy Chicken McNugget. By McDonald's. Right now, you can get 20 Crispy Chicken McNuggets for just $4.99 at McDonald's. By the new Quest 5-year Price Lock Promise. Visit quest.com/promise for details. And by Goldman Sachs. For all the reasons you invest. Mutual funds from Goldman Sachs. Jim Thome on the first pitch grounds it sharply to Getz in short right field, and quickly there's one out in the bottom of the 7th inning.
You know, earlier in the ball game, there's Nick Blackburn right now. 7 very good innings for Blackie.
The Pepsi Max in-game box score.
I see Ben Revere, the only one really with the 2 hits for the Twins, a triple, a single. He scored the run on a wild pitch. But talking about Holshaver, Dick, you know, early on, the Royals would like to see more of this from Luke Holshaver. He's pitched outstanding here tonight.
Here's Valencia. Twins trying to get an insurance run here before we get to the top of the 8th inning. Valencia with a fly ball to left and a ground ball to third. White Sox beat Detroit 8-2, beating Justin Verlander. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The Blue Jays teeing off on the Yankees again, beating them 7-1 at Rogers Center. Joe Nathan warming up. Looks like he might get the 8th inning. That's to right field, hanging in the air for Francoeur, and out number 2. And before Delmon Young comes to the plate, there are some openings for the Twins fantasy camp in January in Fort Myers. You can play, well, it says like a pro. Let's say you can wear a pro uniform and learn from the pros too. Up to a dozen former Twins greats will be on hand to instruct campers and assist in a week of great baseball fun. The camp runs from January 7th through the 15th, and later you get to play a game at Target Field. For information, visit twinsbaseball.com. Call 888-446-TWIN.
Yeah, come on down to Fort Myers. A lot of fun.
There's a solid base hit for Delmon Young toward left center field. He'll round first and dig for second. Cabrera's throw to second cut off, and Young has a 2-out double.
Well, 3 hits in last night's ball game, 2 of them doubles. Right here, Delmon jumping on that first pitch, hitting it sharply over the head of Escobar at short. Ball rolling all the way toward left center, and that allows Delmon Young to get a 2-out double. Cabrera on the top of your screen playing even up. And by the time he could get to that ball, Delmon Young at second base with his 11th double of the year.
Here's Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe's had a tough time against Holshaver, going down swinging in the 3rd and looking in the 5th.
They dropped a very good curveball on him in the 5th inning that just kind of locked up Trevor Plouffe.
Ball over the inside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, that's the curveball that struck him out in the 5th inning.
Two and one. And now 3-1 with Nishioka on deck.
Don't want to make a mistake right here if you're Holshaver. He went to a slider.
Full count now to Plouffe.
1-0 ball game. You just don't want to give in to that hitter. A good hard breaking ball. 102 pitches for Holshaver.
He's looking for a big 2-out hit from Trevor Plouffe. Instead, it's a walk that fills first base, and the hit, if it comes, will have to come from Nishioka.
First unintentional walk for Holshaver.
Nishioka struck out in the 3rd, hit a fly ball to left in the 6th. Outfield
coming in because Nishioka really hasn't shown a lot of power. Delman Young at second base trying to get a comfortable lead.
Breaking ball down and in over the inside corner, a strike. Checks his swing, but takes it over the inside corner again. 0-2.
Well, Nishioka came into this ball game 9 hits in his last 20 at bats. 0 for 2 so far here tonight.
Neither team has gotten a key hit with men in scoring position. There's a beach ball that's dropped on the warning track in left field, so a little bit of a delay here. Ed Yost, the 13th manager that the Royals have had since they were in the World Series in '85. John Gibbons, former Toronto manager, working on his bench. So Nishioka in an 0-2 hole, trying to deliver a 2-out hit. And Trainer will have a chat.
This is where the veteran, kind of like a Kendall when Kendall was back there. Trainer, the veteran type catcher, going over what they want to throw right here. Now they decide on the pitch. Maybe not only this next pitch, but maybe the one next after it. Let's try this, and then if watch how he reacts, and then maybe we'll go back to the breaking ball or whatever.
2 strikes to Nishioka. Poke foul. One single run on the board. Nice catch. Now put it in the left hand. Very nice. In the dirt. Nice block by Trainer. 1-2.
Tim Collins, warming up in the Royal bullpen.
Ben Revere, the on-deck hitter. So if this inning continues beyond this at bat, we might see a Kansas City pitching change. 1-2. And now 2-2. Shaver wants to decide things on this pitch. Bouncer right side. Getz has it. Nishioka retired and the inning ends. 2 left aboard. On to the 8th in a 1-0 game.
Game Connect combines compelling statistical visualizations with conversation on social websites such as Twitter, and it creates a truly unique way for fans to become involved in the broadcast experience. The Twitter feed is a pretty cool thing we got going on with Game Connect. Check it all out right now at foxsportsnorth.com. And Dick and Bert, you know, in this era of ADD, me obviously being the poster boy for it, doing a million things at once, a Game Connect is a pretty new tool to stay on top of the game with all the statistics and keep guys like me busy.
And that's important, to keep you busy. Yes. Joe Nathan comes into the game, and the Twins hope to keep him busier here in the last weeks of the season.
Well, Joe Nathan, over the last 5 1/3 innings, covering 6 appearances, has given up only 2 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Has not allowed a run. So Nathan getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on, making his 25th relief appearance. Jason Repko taking over for Trevor Plouffe in right field.
Trainer leads things off, then Escobar and Getz. And the first pitch inside, ball 1. Trainer with 1 of the 4 Kansas City hits.
Yeah, great job by Nick Blackburn. 7 shutout innings, allowed only 4 hits. Trainer got the base hit on a 3-1 pitch and basically challenged him. Trainer hit that ball in front of the diving, sliding Delman Young in the 5th inning.
One and 1 to the Kansas City catcher. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. What we've seen from Nathan in his return from the disabledness, a lot more of those swings and misses. That was his strength as a closer. He had a strikeout pitch. We didn't see much of that in April or May, but we've seen more of that now lately.
Yeah, Dick, when he said he went down, he felt, that he's working out front a lot better. That means releasing the ball out front, and that creates that little extra pop. It may be a mile or 2 difference, but that makes such a big difference when you're between 90 and, say, 92, 91 to 93 in that range.
Nathan coming into this game, 21 2/3 innings, 21 strikeouts, as you saw. Trying to strike out or at least retire Trainer. That'll work. 1 down.
That looked like a good hard slider right there in the first out of the 8th inning. Almost like a little cutter right there. Take another look at it. The ball had some spin on it.
I'll bring up Escobar. Valencia about 3 feet off the third base bag. Kadir about even with the base at first. On the outside corner, a strike. Bluffing a bunt, takes strike 2.
Hey, good changeup right there at 82. He starts him off with a curveball for strike 1, then the changeup. So mixing in all 4 pitches so far. The fastball, the hard slider, the curveball, and then the last pitch, the changeup.
Pitch up and out of the strike zone, and Escobar fouled it back. Two strikes to the number 9 batter. And Escobar does a nice job prolonging the at bat. Just off the plate, 1 and 2.
Yeah, slider just missing.
Nathan's always been a study in facial tension. He just missed his second strikeout there. Two and two. Popped up, a foul ball, and Kadir with the catch, out number 2.
Another good slider down and away, and Escobar, who fouled off that pitch earlier, this time pops it up.
So 2 down in the 8th, and now Chris Getz.
Gets 1 for 3 in a ball game. Led off the 6th inning with a single. Got off of Nick Blackburn, who allowed only 4 hits. 3 singles and a double.
See how the Twins go at Getz here on Fox Tracks. The first pitch strike. Second pitch, foul ball.
You know, for a while there when Nathan came back, you know, he coming off the Tommy John. It seemed like he was really struggling with the fastball. And I think what we've seen is he's working in all his pitches now, Dick. That couple 2 curveballs right there to Getz. Threw some good breaking balls to Escobar. Got Trainer to strike out on a good little cutter, like a slider.
That's to left, hit towards Delman Young. And a very good 1-2-3 inning for Joe Nathan as he throws just 15 pitches in the 8th.
Stay tuned. We've got our continuing coverage coming your way on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, which includes the Toyota post-game wrap. Back in black. How about Nick Blackburn's outing tonight? 7 strong innings, surrendered just the 4 hits. Perfecting the pickoff is the instructional tonight. Bert Blylev and Ron Coomer are going to talk about the pickoff move and how Nick Blackburn executed that successfully in this evening's ballgame, plus Gardy's post-game presser. What do you think of Ben Revere's somersault triple? We'll get those thoughts and a lot more on tonight's game from Gardy on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. Dick Bramer?
Shoot. I thought the instructional was going to be on running the bases and
Ron Coomer wouldn't do it.
Trying
to get Ron Coomer to do it, he wouldn't do it. Actually, I'm going to have my son Todd down there too, so He'll do the throwing for me. He's younger.
Well, Revere had quite a memorable 6th inning at bat. He hooked one down the right field line into the corner past Francoeur. And in his attempt to go from second to third, halfway between the bases, he did a wonderful somersault and still got third base. Tim Collins will pitch to him here, and Revere lifts it down the left field line. And Gordon does not have enough room. Here's the Coors Light cold hard blast.
Wow, this leads off the in the 6th inning with 1 out. Once that ball got by Francoeur, you see it, unbelievable, and everybody had fun with that.
I have a feeling we might see that several times over the course of the summer.
We should. Unbelievable.
And a called strike.
Collins in his rookie season just 21 years old. They have him listed at 5'7", about 170 pounds.
Breaking ball just missed. A pitch. Tough one to take.
We've seen a good fastball from this young man, that also a very good curveball.
Ground ball hit to Getz.
Hurry.
And Revere retired. 1 down. And that'll bring up Alexi Casilla. Hitless in the ball game, but he advanced Revere from second to third with a ground ball in the 4th, but he did not get him in from third base with 1 out in the 6th.
Well, in this ball game, I still think that was the key at bat right there, getting Revere over to third base, and they intentionally walked Joe Mauer, and then the wild pitch scored the only run of the ball game so far. Luke Hochevar pitched great. Only 3 hits allowed, 1 run it was earned on 3 walks, 2 intentional with 4 strikeouts.
And Casilla lifts it foul. 2 strikes. Joe Nathan had the 8th. Looks like Matt Capps will get the 9th. All smiles for Nathan. 1 and 2. Mentioned the Twins have had 7 1-0 games this year. They're 5 and 2 in those games. Garcia hacks it foul. Well, it used to be if you had a 1-0 game, that was, you'd have 2 or 3 of those a year. And the Twins have had about 1 every 2 weeks here.
You know, I had 15 of those. I won 15 of those. I don't know how many I lost, but 15. I'm 3rd on the all-time list of that. There's a lot of pride in that, winning those 1-0 ball games.
Breaking ball over the outside corner. 2 away.
Nasty quick breaking ball right there by Collins. Freezes Casilla.
We'll see how Mauer fares now against Collins.
That's why talking about Hochevar, even though, you know, you give up a run like he did, but he kept his club in the game. And the Twins may hold on and win this ball game. As a pitcher, if you lose a ball game, you want to lose it 1-0, 2-1 like that. Keep your club in the game. Hochevar did that.
Well, as you mentioned at the very outset, though, Hochevar got plenty of run support in his prior starts and wasn't able to pitch long enough to get a win.
It's a funny game, isn't it? We had 2 starts. The last 2 starts, he had a total of 29 runs scored for him, and he couldn't go 5 innings to get, you know, at least a W. And here today, they don't score any so far for him.
1-0 to Mauer. 1-1.
Good change up there. Well, Collins has shown all 3 very good pitches. That hard curveball, the good fastball in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and then the changeup.
2-1. Two and 2. breaking ball taken for ball 3, and Kadire hoping for a chance here in the 8th. Pulled foul. Bauer just 0 for 1. The only time he's put the ball in play, hit it pretty hard to the left field corner. Since then, a couple of intentional walks. Full count to Bauer. And he takes ball 4, his 3rd walk of the ball game. That will bring up Kadire.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Now tomorrow is your day, and you're not working the telecast.
I think you should bring the disclaimer up to me about the 8th inning.
And have you read it? If you'd rather do that than having Ron Coomer read it? Or
no, let Coomer read it.
Okay. All right.
I may not be in the best whatever.
You know, you're getting your number retired tomorrow, yes. But beyond that, it's the whole day is yours. Mm-hmm. It's Bert Blyleven day.
Every day's my day. Don't you realize that? You're just passing through. Just having fun.
1-1. Kadire. 1-2. I mean, when I wake up in the morning and I take my first breath, the first thing that I'm going to think of is, my goodness, it's Bert Blyleven day today.
Kind of like Groundhog Day, huh? Yeah. No, it's an honor. What the honor is having my kids here. It'll be a lot of fun with them down on the field.
1-2 to Michael Kadire. High pop-up left field. Alex Gordon coming in. It will be a 1-0 lead for Matt Capps as we move to the 9th. It's report card time, brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
Nick Blackburn, 7 shutout innings. Luke Hoshaver trying to match it, just gave up that 1 run on a wild pitch. Ben Revere scoring the only run of the ball game. We saw one of the greatest triples of all time from Ben Revere, doing a somersault between looked like Ozzie Smith, between second and third.
And so Matt Capps, who has brought back his entry music from last year, the final countdown, he really has struggled here at Target Field going into the break, and now coming out of the break, he's brought back his theme music from a year ago.
Well, he picked up his 15th save just before the All-Star break in Chicago, and looking for his 16th save here and 22 save opportunities.
It'll be Melky Cabrera, Alex Gordon, and Billy Butler. And a pitch inside, ball one. Cabrera showing bunt. Sails outside 2-0. That's been a problem for Capps, a little bit too falling behind early in the count. The counts usually don't go very deep with him because he does throw strikes. Pitching coach nervously chewing the gum. 3-0. And Capps, who heard some boo birds here in the last homestand, hearing a few of them here falling behind 3-0.
Capps has that four-seam fastball, then he'll throw that two-seam sinking fastball along with the slider, and he misses on 4 pitches.
So Cabrera, the tying runner's aboard. Jimmy John's delivery of the game tonight by the Twins starting pitcher, 7 shutout innings.
Yeah, Blackburn looking for his 8th win of the year. If Capps can hold on right here, 7 great innings for Nick Blackburn. Couple walks, 3 strikeouts. He threw 98 pitches, 59 for strikes.
So we'll see what happens in the Gordon plate appearance here. Gordon has walked and singled and bounced to short.
Gordon has no sacrifices on the year, so I don't think he'll be bunting right here.
Capps' 6th walk in nearly 40 innings worth of pitching.
He is bunting.
That's a foul ball, 1 strike. So Ned Yost asking his number 3 hitter and probably his best overall hitter to drop down a bunt to get Cabrera into scoring position. Bottom line is Capps is able to at least temporarily pitch ahead on the count. 1 strike.
Yeah, Danny Valencia in on at third base on the grass. He's looking for another bunt if that's what Gordon does. Kadire, of course, at first has to hold on to runner Cabrera.
1 strike to Gordon. Check swing, 1-1. It's a really big pitch here, I think, for Matt Capps. This pitch needs to be a strike, and a good one.
How about a little two-seamer down and away? That's where Joe's sitting right there.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Mauer's throw to the bag. Safe. Nishioka caught the ball, didn't put the tag on, and then Cabrera thought momentarily that the ball had skipped into center field.
Cabrera steals his 13th base of the year and gets into scoring position. Got a very good jump right there. Another great throw by Joe Mauer. But Cabrera slides in safely.
Never did tag him. So now the tying run at second, nobody out. 1-2. The count to Gordon. Snapped his bat, a bouncer to third. Valencia over to first, 1 away.
Big out right there. That two-seamer down and away. And Gordon, who was trying to pull that ball, hit it right off the end of the bat and hit it to the left side of the field. And Cabrera could not advance. Look at the movement on that pitch right there. The bat shattering in the hands of Alex Gordon. So where KCA was able to get his runner from second to third, Gordon not able to.
And now Butler. Butler has faced Capps 4 times, gotten 1 single. Bouncer foul, 1 strike. Where Nathan, as we showed you, averages about a strikeout per inning pitch, Capps has more of a pitch to contact approach. 21 strikeouts in 39 innings.
Yeah, he's a guy that has to hit his spots. You know, he'll go up the ladder with you sometimes, but his bread and butter is that little slider down and away, the good sinking fastball, and then control of both sides of the plate down in the strike zone.
1 strike to Butler. Driven to right field. Kadire to the corner. Makes the catch. That's Repko in right field. I beg your pardon. Jason Repko scampering to the corner to haul it in. And that's out number 2.
Remember, Jason Repko took over for Trevor Plouffe last inning because of his speed and the way that he can play the outfield. He got a great jump right there. Butler already with a double in the ballgame in the 4th inning, trying for another double, taking this ball down the right field line. And Repko just outran the ball. Nice running catch. And Cabrera, who went about halfway, didn't know whether to tag up or try to score. And Repko gets it back in quickly. And Cabrera went back to second base.
So Capps trying to strand Cabrera at second after the leadoff walk. Eric Hosmer, the Kansas City rookie first baseman.
That's got to be a tough read on the second base runner, Cabrera. What do you do? You tag up and go to third? I don't know.
Swing and a miss, and a vicious one at that. And the Twins, of course, would love to think that this game was decided on KCA's ability to advance the runner from second. And here in this 9th inning, Gordon's inability.
You're right on right there. So far, so good. Get this last out right here, Matt Capps.
1 strike to Hosmer. A fly to deep center field. Revere going back. This ball is gone. Hosmer with a 2-run home run, and the Royals take the lead.
Hosmer with his 9th home run of the year jumped on that high fastball after swinging at a high fastball very hard in his first pitch. Hit that ball straight away center. Wow, he almost left his feet right there to make contact. Look at him jump. And the ball drifting over the center field wall for a 2-run home run.
So a deflating 9th inning here, and Francoeur swings and misses 1 strike.
Yeah, that's the 7th home run that Matt Capps has allowed this year.
1 strike to Francoeur. 1-1. I do not see any activity in the Kansas City bullpen as Soria is warming up, we're told. Has been warming up. Down low, 2-1. Twins are due to send up Tommy, Valencia, and Young in the bottom of the 9th. Two and two. Francoeur with a couple of bouncers to short. Lifted foul into the seats.
Nobody feels worse than Matt Capps right there, giving up that 2-run home run. Nick Blackburn denied his 8th win of the year.
And a base hit into right field. And the fans here at Target Field very unhappy with the turn of events here in the 9th inning. Mike Moustakas will hit next.
Well, I remember his fastball sometimes straight, and that's Matt Capps right there. Let that high fastball up to Hosmer. They hit the home run, and then that fastball right there to Frank Coeur. But it's a leadoff walk to Cabrera on 4 pitches that kind of set this up.
And we talked at the very outset before the first pitch was thrown about Nick Blackburn and the need for him to throw the ball and keep it down. And so Blackburn did a nice job of that. And oddly enough, it's the closer, Matt Capps, who has a hard time doing that. The Royals get 2 in the top of the 9th. We'll see if the Twins can come back in the bottom. With 2 outs in the top of the 9th, leaving some pitches up and paying the price for that. And now the Twins have to stage their own comeback against the Kansas City closer.
Well, Joaquin Soria looking for his 16th save, as Matt Capps was, and now this is the 21 save opportunities.
When the Twins swept the Royals in Kansas City, the Royals rather had moved Soria out of their closer's role because he had struggled in the month of May. Since they moved him back in, he's been every bit as good as he's ever been. So this is a tough assignment for Jim Thome, Danny Valencia, and Delman Young here in the bottom of the 9th. And he takes strike 1. Thome, 3 ground balls, a couple to the right side and a comebacker to the mound.
Soria with excellent control, good fastball in the low 90s, slider, very good changeup, big slow curveball.
Inside, 1-1.
Why it was so important for Luke Hochevar to keep that score at 1-0. You don't know what might happen later in the ball game. Great job by both starters.
Strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Royal outfield playing very deeply, and of course the infield swung around to the right. And there's a liner to left, a base hit. So Thome's aboard with a leadoff single. He'll be pinch run for by Matt Tolbert. So he didn't hit a home run, but he's created the same situation with the leadoff man reaching in the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, good piece of hitting, a fastball away, just went with it. So the veteran Jim Thome starts the bottom of the 9th inning on a breaking ball. Nice piece of hitting, just going the other way.
So Danny Valencia will hit, looking for his first hit of the night. Tolbert running for Thome.
Tolbert with one stolen base on the year and one attempt. He's brought in here because of Jim Thome's lack of speed. This is if the ball is hit in the gap, maybe he'll go from first to third.
Hitting one in the gap would be a challenge as deep as the Royal outfielders are playing. Big swing by Valencia. Looked like he got a pitch he could handle there, but he fouled it into the mid of the catcher. Earlier this year, Valencia got a walk-off hit against the Royals in their first trip to Target Field. A high drive to center field. Cabrera going back with the catch right in front of the wall, and Tolbert, who had rounded second, has to retouch and get back to first. So Valencia nearly did what Hosmer did, one away.
Boy, he gave it a ride right there, straight away center. And Cabrera, who was already playing deep, still had to go back even further to the warning track. Fastball jumped all over it. But Cabrera, right almost against the wall, makes the catch for the first out.
So now Delvin Young. Returned to the lineup last night and got a pair of doubles and a 3-hit night. A double his last time up, and the Twins are hoping for one more double.
How about a blast, Delvin Young, right here? Look for his third home run. Soria has given up 5 home runs in 38 innings pitched coming into this outing.
One strike.
Hard slider there for strike one.
That's to center. It's down for a hit, and Tolbert will round second and go to third. So Young gets his second hit, and the tying run 90 feet away.
There must be something right around second base because it looked like Tolbert almost slipped rounding second base. Kind of lost his footing, but because of the outfield playing so deeply, that base hit right there, Tolbert saw where they were at. He knew that this ball was going to fall in. And Delvin Young with a big hit, and Tolbert taking off to third base. So runners at the first and third. Right there, you saw the little slip of Tolbert, but Tolbert sliding in safely.
This was Jason Repko's spot. He made a nice defensive play, but he won't hit here. Instead, it'll be Luke Hughes. Plouffe had gone 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Repko never did come to the plate. And Hughes swings at the first pitch and taps it foul. Only Twins run tonight, scoring on a wild pitch. They'd take another one here if Soria would accommodate them. Trainer can't find the ball, but he smothered it 1-1. Hughes asked simply to get the ball to the outfield deep enough to get Tolbert in from third. One and one to Luke Hughes. There's a little number. Tolbert's going to try to come home, and he's out by a mile. Young to second. Hughes reaches on a fielder's choice. Hit right between the plate and the mound, and Tolbert tried to scamper home with the tying run.
Yeah, Soria flipping it over to Trainer with his glove. Right off the end of the bat, a breaking ball. And Soria coming in, something that you do work on in spring training. You might have to use it once during the season. And Soria using that glove and flipping it to the catcher trainer, and then the out at home.
So Nishioka, last 0 for the Twins, 0 for 3 tonight. Up and away, ball 1. Nishioka with a strikeout, a fly ball, and a ground ball. One and one. Nishioka, of course, has never faced Soria. "24 hits on the season, 20 singles and 4 doubles. Strike 2. Soria's been touched for a couple of singles, trying to pick up the save.
A quick pitched him right there. Put the ball down in the strike zone.
Almost at the knees, if not at the knees. 2-2. Three and 2. Revere on deck. I mentioned it earlier, this Kansas City outfield pretty remarkable. All 3 outfielders have at least 10 outfield assists, and they've combined to throw out 18 runners at the plate. That's exactly what the fans are standing for here. Get a base hit to the outfield and see if the tying run can score.
Delman Young will get a good jump right here. Just has to make sure that Escobar stays right around shortstop.
3-2 to Nishioka. Foul to the screen. Another 3-2 to Nishioka. Slap foul over the roof of the Kansas City dugout.
Malcolm Cabrera playing over in left center. Alex Gordon guarding that line down the left field line.
3-2 again. Ground ball to short. Escobar fires across, and the Royals steal one from the Twins in the 9th. Eric Hosmer with a 2-run home run to center field with 2 outs. And instead of the Twins winning 1-0, a heartbreaking loss, Kevin Gork, 2-1 to the Royals.
An aorta smasher, to say the least. Stay tuned for Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We'll break down a great start by Nick Blackburn. Our instructional will teach you the art of the pickoff. We'll hear from Ron Gardenhire Twins fall tonight, 2-1. Twins fall 2-1 to Kansas City Royals. Get 2 in the ninth to do it. If you didn't see Ben Revere's rider on the bases, you won't want to miss the postgame. We'll hear from the manager, Ron Gardner. We'll break down a great start by Nick Blackburn. Although he did single after it was 2-1 in the ninth. But no, yes, sir. Okay.
Fox Sports North's Twins coverage continues.
Yeah.
Twins Live, presented by Century.